Local 3 news and weather apps now.
In case you haven't heard, it's a pretty big sports weekend. I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. At our house, conversations already turning to the food we want to have and the fun we want to enjoy as we watch the big game. Jackson Ballard is here this morning. He says have all the fun you want, but he's a public safety educator with the Hamilton County Health Department. So he says have fun, but be safe. Is that right?
Absolutely, yeah. It's going to be really important to enjoy the game, of course. Make sure you're going to have fun. Have some drinks if you like, but make sure to have a safe drive home. We want to make sure no one's out there driving drunk.
Right.
As we all know, it's of course illegal and unsafe, but we want to make sure that no one's getting into danger.
It's an interesting day because a lot of people will choose to totally stay home, but the fun of the game kind of kicks in mid to late afternoon with the pregame stuff.
Right.
And then it continues on. Everybody wants to watch halftime and the commercials, and so it's kind of a long time.
It is, yeah. I mean, the game starts at 6 o'clock this weekend, and it's going to go until probably 11, 12 o'clock.
And if you're going someplace else to watch the game, even more to the point, because if you're going to be sitting at a restaurant, you're going to be partaking.
Most likely.
Most likely.
Yeah.
So what's the word on the street? What are you advising people to remember?
To make sure that if you're hosting a party, make sure you offer some alternatives that aren't alcohol. You know, make sure you're offering lots of snacks and things to eat. You can do any kind of waters, juices, non-alcoholic mocktails, things like that would be a good alternative. And then if you're going to be going to a party, make sure you have a designated driver, a way to get home safely, someone that's going to be sober and guaranteed to be sober for the entire night.
You certainly are not an attorney, so I won't ask you a lot of legal questions, but if you are hosting the event, you do have to be very mindful of that.
You do, you absolutely do, yeah, especially if you're going to have teens there. Of course, it's illegal for teens to drink at all, and if they are caught drinking at one of your parties that you're hosting, you can get a lot of trouble.
Okay, you mentioned water. There are people who don't realize the importance of water.
Yeah.
Explain that.
Water's going to be very important if you're going to be drinking, to alternate between alcohol and water so that you are leaving your blood alcohol content lower.
Okay.
So it's going to be good to flush that stuff out of your system as well.
So it keeps you, I mean, I hate to be just totally crass, but it keeps you from getting drunk too fast.
It does,
right?
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
We want to slow that down as much as possible because it's going to keep you safer.
Okay. Within the health department, I mean, it's interesting that you're here talking about this because every time they're here, I will mention how there are so many facets to it. Every part of your health they try to have covered there. This is not a weekend-only conversation,
It is
right?
not. This is definitely one of the big weekends to talk about it, but it is an all-year-long thing.
And we're about to hit boating season, which presents its own problem.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's a scary event. There's definitely a lot of drinking and driving. There's about 13,000 deaths per year, which averages to about 1 every 39 minutes due to drunk driving.
That's a statistic we want to get lowered or
low as possible.
Yes.
Yeah, unfortunately, it increased between 2020 and 2021 by about 14%. So the more we can get that number down, the better it's going to be for us and safer for everybody.
And besides, if you're having too much fun, then you're not watching the game, and so what's the point of that?
Exactly. Yeah, whether you're watching it for the game, for Taylor Swift, for the commercials, I mean, you can enjoy it however you like, but just make sure you're doing it safe.
All right. So who are you rooting for?
Ooh, the commercials.
Okay, good answer. I'll let you have the last word on that one. I hope the best commercial wins.
Me too.
I hope your team wins. Just enjoy watching the game safely. Remember that the health department is here to provide health tips for you all the time. I'll shut up. Here's their website, Hamilton County Health Department, health.hamiltontn.org. That I can say.
Feels good to be home. Ashley's President's Day sale is going on now. This weekend, shop like a VIP and get 25% off your entire purchase. Or pay over time with 0% interest for 84 months. This weekend only at Ashley.
See the weather as it happens in Dalton from the local